So, dear children, today we are going to discuss a new topic in chapter 9 of force and laws of motion. Before going to this chapter or start the topic, I would like to give you a small demonstration, a very short demonstration, which will help you out to understand what we are going to discuss. So, this is a bottle, empty bottle, which I'm using here, right? I'm having two balls in my hand. One is this plastic bottle, one is that smiley ball, right? And this smiley is a little bit lighter than this because we know that this must be heavier. Uh, if you can get that a tennis ball, heavier one, then it will be much more better. So what I'm going to do, so we know that for these two balls, the masses will be different, right? This will have less mass, this will have more mass. So different masses, if I am giving, first of all, I am going to describe this with the help of the smiley ball. So this is an empty bottle I kept here on my table and I'm just applying the force on it, a little bit force. So just observe the change what it did. This one, again, this one. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to apply the more force so that it will attain more velocity. Now just look at the change. So what we conclude from this? In both the cases, the mass was same because this ball was used in both the time. First time the force applied was less, due to which the velocity was less, and due to which it was not able to do any visualized change, so that which can be visible. When I increase my force, right, then the velocity was more, and then the bottle fell like this. So what does it mean? There must be physical quantity in these cases, both the cases. Okay. So now I'm going to change these balls. One, I'm using this ball. Now I will apply the same force on the different balls. This way, observe please. This way, observe please. This way, observe please. Now I'm going to use this ball, which is having a little bit more mass. So if I'm applying the force, just observe. Just observe. So what we observe that in the second case, when I applied the force on the ball, which was heavier. So when I applied the same force on both the balls, then this ball was getting more something, which was just trying to affect more when striking this bottle as compared to this ball. So what is that quantity? This quantity we are going to discuss about today. So this is the quantity of motion, right? This is the quantity of motion contained in the body. In both the cases, it was different. In that case, the quantity of motion was more. In that case, the quantity of motion was less. So that quantity of motion contained in a body is known as momentum, which is our today's topic. That momentum means the quantity of motion contained in a body. And you might have observed from this activity that quantity of motion, that is momentum, it depends upon the two factors. One is the mass, obviously, lighter mass, more mass, right? And second was the velocity. If both the balls will strike the bottle with the same velocity, again, then this ball will affect more. Why? Because this is having more mass. But if I will use this one ball in two cases, in one case, first case I will use less velocity, and the second case I will use more velocity. I will increase the velocity. So in the second case, in which the velocity is more, the same ball will affect it more. So this is the meaning that momentum depends upon mass and velocity. So let's discuss about this topic, that what is momentum, what is the formula for momentum, and how it changes due to the dependable factors, right?